Created by Anthony Rizzo, Sydney, Australia.
Hey mates, it's me Rizz, and I'm an Australian YouTuber. I say this because Australia isn't really big on Halloween. Yeah, okay, the only thing that is not big here is, well, trick-or-treating and all the other stuff, like, say, horror films, partying, telling stories, the big marketing push for all the Halloween stuff that people want to buy. We have that, but, it just got me thinking, what exactly is Halloween and how did it become, well, what it is today? So I decided to look up what Halloween is, and oh boy, that's kind of complicated, so I'm just gonna give you, well, a short version of what I discovered what Halloween is and where it dates back to, though it is hard to give a lot of context to all this, so just bear with me. With that said, well, let's just go. So Halloween's history can be dated back to 2000 years, give or take, from a Celtic festival called Samhain, probably mispronouncing that, and when the Celtics were Christianized, somewhere between 325 to 600, the festival was changed to be less paganistic and, well, just a regular harvest festival. In the 9th century, Pope Gregory IV created the All Saints' Day. It was set on the 1st November. It's a Christian festival called All Hallows Day in celebration and honoring of all saints and all who have entered heaven. All Hallows Day has no relation to All Hallows Eve, probably best known today as Hallows Eve or Halloween. So Hallows Eve is probably what started it, was that it was an early day of celebration, intentional or not, that was soon spread throughout the Middle Ages. First records of Hallows Eve on one account for Christians is some Christians offering prayerful food on people's doorsteps during the time, but there was no real relation to Hallows Eve and All Hallows Day. Moving forward a couple hundred years later, the word Halloween is coined somewhere very early 20th century, though it's debate on who coined it first, so I'm not going to get into that, but the first action of trick-or-treating was in Canada. You know what, that explains a lot. They're so nice they give candy to children that knock on their doors. Guess that nicety was spread across America, then spread across all over Europe, thanks to USA's marketing during the mid-50s. Actually, this is kind of funny. A celebration that came from the UK, came to the Americas, was then changed, and then came back to Britain as something entirely different, and the rest of Europe, more or less. Since 1951 to today, traditions of Halloween is a mass market push for kids and adults to dress in costumes, to take candy from strangers, an excuse to throw horror-themed parties or watch scary movies, tell scary stories, really just anything with a horror theme. So basically, the Halloween we know today could just be dated back to 1920. Over time, it was pushed for a holiday event of horror themes based off an old celebration on the day before All Saints' Day, which was inspired by a Celtic festival. Where was I going with this video? Oh shit! Thanks for watching to the end of the video, and please like and subscribe. It brings a smile to my face. And is there anything else I want to say while the title cards are coming up? Or have I just forgot the title cards to pop up? Give or take what comes up. But if I have anything popping up, click on it. You know what? Instead of just watching a horror themed movie, which I kind of already did last week with Dracula, I'm currently watching The Lord of the Rings. My goodness, that's a long trilogy. 11 hours.